Hi, everyone. So today we're going to begin session 2 for our mini lesson. You had listened yesterday to Number the Stars, and so we're going to be referencing back to that chapter 1 during this session. So follow along and we'll get started. So we are going to today, readers today, we will learn that at the start of a complex text, which these historical fiction books are considered complex, they're complicated. There's a lot to get out of reading historical fiction, but you have to know what to look for. And so readers often tack up important information that they need to know on what they call mental bulletin boards. Specifically, they take note of who, what, where, when, and why of the book. So we're going to start talking about some of these mental bulletin boards. So when you're starting to read a complicated novel, so much information is coming at you so quickly that it's useful to catch the important stuff and pin it on that mental bulletin board. It's almost like me writing that information on a whiteboard for you. The reader is trying to grasp the who, the what, the where, when, and why of that book. So we were reading yesterday that Number of the Stars. And as we start reading, we're going to practice tacking up these mental bulletin boards. So let's look at some of the information that we did learn yesterday about Anne-Marie and Ellen. So these would be the who, and these would be some of the traits about these two main characters. Look at Anne-Marie. So in the reading yesterday that we learned, especially right in the very beginning, I think it was in the very first 2 pages of the book when they began running to the corner, that we found out that Anne-Marie is considered lanky. Lanky, thin and long-legged and able to run very quickly. She's best friends with Ellen, and she's an eager runner. And we found that out because she kept talking about wanting to win that contest at school. We also learned yesterday that Ellen is considered stocky. So she might be a little shorter, maybe a little heavier than Anne-Marie. But she is Anne-Marie's best friend. And she is a reluctant runner. So she doesn't like to run, which came out in yesterday when she didn't want to run against Anne-Marie. We're going to continue talking about some other characters. So let's take the character Kirsty. What did you learn about Kirsty yesterday? Think about what we know about her. Well, she's Anne-Marie's sister. She's younger than Anne-Marie, and I believe she said she was about 5 years old. And she's really not afraid of too much. And so those are our character traits for Kirsty. But when you're creating these mental notes or mental bulletin boards, it also can help you not just finding out about the characters, but also about the setting. And so yesterday we learned that Copenhagen is the setting of this particular historical fiction story, Number of the Stars. So one of the things I think we learned yesterday about Copenhagen were that there are a lot of soldiers that were on the street corners. And in something that we read, it indicated to us that it's been like this for a good probably 3 years. Because remember the line about something, it became Kirsty, it was as very familiar to Kirsty as the lampposts on the corners. So that's telling us that she doesn't know anything else. That's all she knows is these soldiers on the corner. And so they've been around long enough to have been there and be part of the setting for some time. So today, I know that it says that you're going to be reading in book clubs. And if we were at school, we would be in reading book clubs. But we're going to do our best right now. And I'm going to have you, my class, you're going to log into Epic and you're going to choose a book, a historical fiction book. With Miss LaFaux, she has your instructions in your Google Classroom of what to do. But this is what I want you to jot down as you are reading and choosing your first book. Who are those characters in your historical fiction book that you chose? And what are their traits? Describe them. Who are they? It's very important to find this information out. And the other part I want you to be looking for is what's changing in the setting. Okay, so right now we know that Copenhagen has these soldiers and have had these soldiers on the corners for quite some time. They're guarding the city. They're walking around. Their presence are known. Okay, things are going to be changing as the story progresses. And I also want in your book, the book that you're going to be choosing, finding out what's changing in your setting. Right? That is going to be your mission today. Right? Good luck, my friends, and we'll see you back here for session 3.